Very fascinating indeed. Your path is about to be revealed to you, Taurus. When it comes to February 2022, I need you to pay attention to, in particular, specifically the time and the stage and the period in between the 11th and the 27th of February 2022, because by then, by this moment in time, by this specific time, you are going to have such a unique sign, such a powerful sign, such a, different sign. This sign is going to mean to you something so special. And it's only going to mean to you like something really sacred. It's going to be very unique sign indeed. Somebody else around you could never get this like whatsoever, but to you this is going to be a rather unique sign. Most certainly you will know that you are on the right path. But it's not only about the stage and the period that I've just mentioned. It's going to start like pretty much so unfolding from the very first day of this month. But by the time you get to the 3rd of this month, 3rd of February, this is when this is pretty much so going to start. Okay, but then by that moment in time, you are actually going to have such a powerful, very unique sign, and you will know that you're on the right path. This in itself is going to bring you all sorts of feelings and emotions that you didn't have in a long time, in particular when it comes to your own sacred vibration, when it comes to your own inspiration, when it comes to your own determination. By the time you get to the last days of this month, there is going to be an absolutely miraculous situation that is going to take place, and there are a couple of things going to happen, and the things that are going to happen are both going to like completely manifest and kind of like a step into your life just completely out of the blue. And this situation are the best because by then, by that moment in time, there is the experience that you are going to have. And in fact, that you will be able to, through that experience, you will be able to see things from a completely different angle. And let me tell you something. You have been prepared, for this moment for the last 36 months. You have been like spiritually preparing for this moment in time without even realizing this. So this is why this is going to be so big, because at the same time it's going to answer huge enormous question to you when it comes to like a quite heavy obstacle in your life that left you like kind of like a feeling unhappy, left you feeling uncertain, like it left you feeling like you can't like kind of move left or move right, move backwards or move forward. It just affected your own vibration. So this is why this month it's really pretty much so going to be important, because the bottom line is everything that was happening in your life, everything that was happening in your life so far was preparing you for this moment in time. Just remember, Taurinis, your passion is your power is your passion. This needs to be your daily mantra throughout this month of February 2022 indeed. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Taurus, and it's for February 2022. So it's for you, my gorgeous Taurini, and it's for February 2022. Your number this month is number 13. This is a powerful number. It's indicating the very powerful stage in your life. It's indicating that you will be going through the actual personal transformation, which on one hand means that this is not a great time to invest into things financially, but it's pretty much so with you realizing very important aspect of your life that is going to become so delicious, in so many different ways. Because when you start focusing on the right path of your life, there is so much of the negativity that was just draining your energy so far over the last 36 months. It's not going to kind of make sense even more, but you will not be able to explain things completely purely like about the negativity that you've been through and the things that absolutely don't make sense like around you, and it's nothing to do with your personal situation, but it has been draining you so much because it affected your way of planning, it affected your way of thinking. So then you just get like a little bit stuck, you know. So this is the time when you are nicely going to get yourself unstuck, basically. So it's all about this powerful transformation that you are going to be feeling. And that in itself, it's all about your own rebirth. It's going to require an important adjustment to be made, but this adjustment is only going to happen when you realize that the specific part of your life at around the 17th of February, it's slowly coming to an end. So this is something that you need to move away from yourself from. And this is like pretty much so you became like a bit of a spiritual sponge. And I know that sounds like, oh my God, spiritual sponge, but that happens when, you know, we are just fed like so much negativity. There was like maybe you were part of this group of people that were talking about the negative things all the time. It's too heavy. Maybe you were watching something that was negative to you know, for way too long, and this started draining your energy. It is important to understand and realize to remove yourself from that part of your life, to remove yourself from that negativity, to remove yourself that makes your life completely toxic. Because as soon as you kind of realize this, you're already like kind of halfway there. You're giving a credit to your own intuition, and you're giving a credit to yourself on even much larger scale when you're just focusing, you know, on the actual your path. Like choose one particular specific thing that you want to take on the next level, and trust me, this is going to literally explode. Okay, so this is all a kind of indicating a very important transformation that you are going to have. But then on another hand, you know, you need to understand to be patient, and also at the same time, it's this harmonious energy that is going to come through. It's going to really inspire you. It's going to open your eyes. It's going to help you to pay attention to the actual change of priorities in your life. So pretty much so it's to do with the management of your life, and also making a necessary adjustment. There is somebody very special in your life who is going to be playing an important role in terms of the actual influence as well. This could be somebody in your life, but this could be on like directly around you, but this could also be somebody who you really look up to, or somebody who you watch, somebody who you listen to. You know, it really depends, but there is one specific person who is pretty much so going to inspire you so much, and after that moment in time, it's going to take exactly 25 days until you basically see this a very kind of like a interesting opportunity that is gonna require from you to make a decision and you know, just go through you know, with confidence. But at the same time, it's all about this determination, initiative that you are going to have, a strength, you know, that is most certainly going to give you so much more power, and it's going to bring that deep emotional feeling in your life that you just haven't, you know, didn't have for a while. And I'm not saying that you were like, oh God, you know, cold or this and that. No, baby, no. But once you get to this vibration and dimension that I'm talking about, you know, it's going to be absolutely undeniable, the vibration that you're going to feel. It's all about this wisdom, and something is just going to come to you just out of the blue. You know, something is going to come to you, and that is just pretty much so going to come from the very deep part of you, feeling rather spiritually penetrated. But then again, you've learned something so important. You learned something so important over the last couple of years, and you will not want to take the certain path. You will not want to take a certain path because it doesn't make sense. So that in itself is going to require from you to, you know, think and kind of face a rather complex situation right in front of you, where, you know, what I mentioned before, it's so important, and this is life, and this life can be really difficult sometimes, and we don't necessarily choose this path on the left because it's really kind of quick and short, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's where we should be going. No, baby, no. You choose the path that goes all around, and you're not too sure how you're gonna get there, but your energy is just gonna be driving you towards that path, which means that it's gonna be driving you away from an easy path. Which paths I'm talking about are gonna be absolutely obvious to you by the end of this month. So this is something that I need you to remember, because you are gonna be pretty much so spiritually rewarded for that. But this is all about you really removing yourself moving on with your life and realizing that you have felt, restrained for too long now, and that in itself is going to put you on a spiritual quest, because you kind of are going to come to terms with the fact that you felt like your hands were like tied at the back for quite a while now, and you just want these little wings to grow, so you can fly, my baby. This is your butterfly moment indeed, but this is only going to happen when you choose the certain part of your life and just like put more energy towards it, because you want to take it on the next stage. And this is exactly what is going to be happening here right now. You are gonna feel an uncertain outlook, but it's about this situation, about two paths that I said. That one is very easy, that one is very difficult. The one that is very difficult, it's gonna, oh my god, complex situation indeed, but there is something very dark here, very not dark, sorry, it's just like kind of like a pretty much dark I would say. There is something dark here that you will want to avoid, and this is why this path is very difficult. What that dark thing is, you will most certainly be aware of this, but the energy is just going to be taking you towards this, so it's a bit more complex, but you will know what the right direction is going to actually be. The harder we work, the more we do things, and the more we put like our precious energy towards something that's so important to us, the more beautiful this flower is actually going to be. It's about you planting a tiny little seed in the forest, and that little seed is very, very soon going to become an absolutely amazing huge oak tree. So this is something that I want you to know. So although you're going to feel an uncertain outlook, but then again at the same time, an important chance for you will become absolutely quite obvious indeed. And then on another hand, what is going to happen at around the mid-February, I really like this, very, very good news. And this is to do with like pretty much so something that you have been waiting, something that you were like really bit anxious about, something that you were like kind of expecting, but this is going to come up with at the right time in your life, where you will be able to understand so much more. You will be able to see so much more. You will be able to read in between the lines throughout the actual months of February, my gorgeous Taurinis. You need to understand this, and you need to make the most of it. When I say that you're gonna see so much more than you're normally able to see, it's to do with your own spirituality, it's to do with your own wisdom, it's to do with you possessing this power to see things for what they are, but also at the same time to beautifully see things that you wouldn't normally see. So this is all going to be quite beneficial for you. I think that you have been waiting for this good news for quite a while, because this is to do with your own gain, finances, it's to do with your own advancement, it's what you expected, but what I really like here, it's like that there are two things that you're going to realize through your certain desires, certain ideas, desires are going to like, ooh la la, I want more of this, I want to kind of be part of this vibration, I want to be part of this energy, I want to take this on the next level, because you're emotionally going to feel very much so in touch with yourself, like how you haven't felt in a while. So this feeling is going to be absolutely impossible to ignore, because it's going to re-energize you, but that same energy is going to be your power, at the same time. So there are two things that are going to be, that you're going to realize, desires that you're going to realize, important desires, and another thing, it's also the results of very important efforts are nearly going to be due. So now this is all going to lead towards the certain ideas, and let me tell you something, these ideas are gonna basically bring you a really huge accomplishment, massive accomplishment in your life. So this is something that you need to kind of like pretty much be honest with yourself, is these ideas are going to bring you huge accomplishments. So pay attention to the ideas, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to what is inspiring you, pay attention to what is calling you. The month of February, it's about your own call, your spiritual call, your spirit call. It's going to be evident. My God, make the most of it. You know why? Because at the same time, you're going to be provided by the spiritual key that is also going to speed things up for you. Make the most of it. Okay, you only have to follow your own light within. Ignore the darkness, follow the light. This is exactly what you need to do, my gorgeous Taurinis. Indeed, it's important. And in fact, already by the time you get to May and June 2022, you're already going to see an absolutely mind-blowing big mama accomplishment, which is going to make and bring one of the most devotion moments into your life. And it's to do with your spiritual path. It's to do with who you are. And it's at the same time, you coming back home to yourself. Ignore the negativity. Ignore the negative things that you hear. Ignore the negative things that you may be watching. Pay attention to take care of your energy. Because sometimes, even if you're reading about something like, let's say you're reading a papers and you're reading something about ballerinas or something, you know, you're reading a paper or something, and then on the left it's going to be like, oh no, negative. On the right it's going to be negative, but it goes into your subconscious mind, because we are like a spiritual sponges. So we don't have to look at something directly and think that we are just looking at that things. We are looking at so many other things and absorbing so many other things. So try to like really always remember to look at the big picture and always protect your energy. It's important to say to ignore people who like are really draining your energy and who are having such an opposed opinions to you, because they're going to be a couple of situations this month where you will just want to explode. Because you're going to come across people that are very passionate, but you are very passionate as well, but you're so passionate in opposite directions. They are in Honolulu and you are like in Romania. You know, you're in two completely different places. You're so far apart with your opinions, but you're both just as passionate. Don't waste your energy. It's absolutely no point. Preserve your precious energy for these ideas. Preserve your precious energy for your next step, you know, for things that inspire you. But do not waste your energy on people who are having opposing opinions on you, because you're too far apart. So it would be like boom, 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 like too much, no, too bombastic, like absolutely no. So this is something I want you to understand. In fact, when you come across these people that are having such a different opinions to you, just your challenge, this is like a couple of challenges that you will have. Try to like really not make them aware how you actually feel, what you think. You know, just keep it to yourself. Just make them think, oh, big smile. And if you can do that with both things, the outcome, the actual spiritual outcome, the karmic outcome of that as a reward is going to pretty much, so look, it's going to help you to avoid the very kind of situation in a not very long distance. It's going to help you avoid a situation where you will just lose yourself. It's going to help you avoid the situation where you will just lose your own spirituality. It's going to help you to avoid the situation to kind of like do things in your own way, the way you want to do it, the way it's meant to be, how it's meant to be. Stay true to yourself. By staying true to yourself, you're also going to protect yourself when it comes to your future, you know. You're going to protect the situation because, you know, later on, this is like a very complex situation. But what is happening right now, it's also going to be like about 3-4 years, you know, in like about 3-4 years time, you will see that you were absolutely right. And you will see how powerful your subconscious mind is, how it was like your psychic feelings and your intuition was guiding you and was making you aware of things that you should be aware of on time. Okay, so this is important, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. On another hand, you know, it's what you're gonna see also, that why did you have difficulties in launching new projects? Pam pam pam, Gerusalemme, Ikayalami, Ngilondolose. My gorgeous Taurinis, you know, I'm singing because, you know, you had the difficulties in launching new projects, and I'm going about like pretty much so, Lordy Lord, within the last 24 months. Okay, why did you have these difficulties? It doesn't matter. Why? Because you know, it's going to become absolutely obvious, and this caused you so much worry, concern, and it made you aware of the fact that change is needed. You know, the change in your life is needed indeed, but it just wasn't happening because it's just you had the difficulties in launching new projects because so much negativity around you that just kind of affected your way of thinking, affected your way of planning without even realizing it. But that doesn't matter. You're moving away from that. So this is important. And just remember, every time when I say you're moving away from that, you're removing yourself from that, it's always remember that that's a negative energy that is around us, like for a while now out there. You know, it's very dark, it's very negative, it's very low. It's like, ew. That same energy can work in your favor. And it can only work in your favor when you learn how to manipulate it. And how you're going to learn how to manipulate it? Well, by staying true to yourself, by choosing one part of your life, one bit, because karmically this month is going to be recharged. Choose one part, one bit that you want to put more of your energy towards, more of your precious energy towards, and see how it's going to explode sooner than you can possibly imagine. And it's also going to make you and cause you to explore the parts of your life, the parts of your path that you should be exploring. So this is why this is so important. So when you kind of like realize, you know, difficulties in launching new projects, 3 important days: 2nd of February, 12th of February, and 22 of February. Okay, so 2nd of February, 12th of February, and 22nd of February. These 3 days, all 3 days are going to be big mamas. All of them are going to be important, and all of them are going to kind of remind you of the specific path where you have found yourself, and it's just going to bring that energy and that feeling back when you had the difficulties in launching projects. And at the same time, all these 3 days are going to have something else in common. Deep concentration you're going to feel towards a certain aspect of your life. Okay, deep concentration towards studying something, towards learning something. You're going to have a very strong reflection and respect for knowledge, and that in itself is going to open you up, baby, and it's going to show you the way in such a way where you're going to become aware of the certain desire, you know, for learning new ideas. And that in itself, it's also going to have a very interesting moment when you're going to get a very powerful news, very kind of positive news from somebody very consistent in your life. And that information, you will be able to use this, and it's also you're going to be able to use this in so many different ways. But it's most importantly, it's going to confirm something so precious and so special to you, because it's going to make you almost immediately active and determined. And this is to do with your own experience, but also at the same time it's going to be required from you to be as analytical as possible. And also it's all about this idea. Absolutely perfect indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition and things like that, my gorgeous Tauris, I'm going to say that you are going to feel maybe a little bit tired, you know, throughout the months, because a lot is going to be going on, you know, not necessarily physically, but mentally and spiritually. You are going to be like, ooh la la, opening up quite a lot. And when you're opening up quite a lot, then you kind of like also like you understand spiritually so much around. There's so many messages, so many things going on. But at the same time, your precious energy kind of like get drained a little bit, you see. So this is why I would need you to take something like a natural B vitamin complex, but you need to make sure that the B12 is made as a methylcobalamin, which is the natural version of this specific B vitamin, and also folic acid needs to be made as a folate, which is the natural version of this specific vitamin as well. So B vitamin complex, if you take the first thing in the morning, which I wouldn't recommend with every vitamins, but with these, they're going to re-energize you from the first thing in the morning. It's brilliant, but it's also going to be good and beneficial for so many other things. It's needed indeed. And it's going to be good for your nervous system. It's going to be good for your entire digestive system, you know, and it's going to be good for stress, and it's going to re-energize you when you take it the first thing in the morning. Indeed, that alongside natural vitamin D3 and natural K2, these two vitamins are also going to be beneficial for your sensitive bones, because I think that your bones are going to be quite sensitive. So vitamin D3 and K2, sorry, are both going to help you to kind of boost your immune system, but at the same time it's going to be beneficial for your whole skeleton. And also try to sip on the actual organic organic dandelion tea, and make sure that the actual dandelion tea is made of the whole plant and root, rather than just plant or just root, so that way you get the most of it, and this is going to help you to flush out the toxins and out of the system, and you will see how better you're actually going to feel really soon after drinking this. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Taurinis, or not. So now going on the first date, but before I go there, I would highly recommend you this. Look at this gorgeous pendant. It's one of the most beautiful pendants that I've actually had so far. This is a red jasper. These pendants are absolutely superb. They're beautiful, they're very powerful, and they're also very unique. Okay, on another hand, red jasper is an absolutely miraculous crystal when it comes to its incredible grounding properties. It's a stone of endurance and nurturing, but also it drives evil spirits away, and there is so much negativity going on around, and we always have spirits around us, but the more negative energy there is, the more evil spirits like feed on it, you see. So we are normally kind of protected anyway, but it depends, like if we are going through something very stressful, if you are working a lot, if you are worrying a lot, all these things makes us more sensitive, so we are more prone to kind of lose our energy. And also on another hand, this red jasper pendant is brilliant to wear throughout February, March and April in particular, where you need a little bit of grounding, but also when you're doing something passionate, when you're starting something, when you're beginning something, when you feel a little bit lost, because it helps you to project that passion and just start the process of manifestation almost immediately. So this gorgeous red jasper pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. I have to say that, so thank you very much. Okay, so now the first date that I would like to recommend you would be, that is actually really important, it's going to be the 3rd of February. As I said before, the 1st and 2nd of February are going to be just important because something is going to be on your mind. And what is on your mind is also going to be the key to the actual solution to the problem that you are going to feel. The 3rd of February, this is a big mama now. The 3rd of February, it's like absolutely everything, or what is going to take place from the 3rd of February. A new chance, a new opportunity, plus the ability to learn really quickly your path, so just pay attention to this. Is so important, Taurinis, this is so important. The 3rd of February, it's going to bring you new chance, new opportunity, plus the ability to learn this really quickly. This is to do with your own path. This is to do with your call. This is to do with your soul. It's to do with your spirit. What you need to understand that you're gonna have a mind-blowing ability to learn so much. Like, I'm not saying that you don't have the ability to learn so much, but oh my God, you will see what a part of the complex situation you're gonna find yourself at, and the way you're gonna respond to things. It's everything. Well, you need to remember at the same time that to stay committed to yourself, trust your intuition, and believe in your personal power. Believe in your personal power, because the more you believe in yourself and in your personal power at this moment in time, the more energy you bring, positive energy you bring on yourself, and you build this absolutely mind-blowing spiritual armor around yourself, because you're allowing yourself to do things for yourself, only those things that make sense to you. Also, although if you come across like, oh God, no, it's going to be like all dark, negative, it's like, oh God, no baby, no, you do the spiritual armor thing, and you will see see exactly what I mean. Remember to believe in your personal power, because by the time you get to the 27th, 28th, and 27th and 28th of February, you will see the new plan that is going to come in is just going to come out of all this. This is going to stem out of this situation. So it's all about you understanding that on the 3rd of February, up from the 3rd of February until the 19th of February, it's important for you to remember to have a clear communication, and express yourself, talk, and that is going to be the best for everyone. You can make your imagination real. You just need to remember that your creative power is going to be, my God, on a scale 1579. Like seriously, it's going to be that important. Look at this now as well, my gorgeous Taurinis, look, okay? This is the 3rd of February. You see, you don't want to carry on with this situation. You had so much on your back. You've been carrying so much on your back. Now it's time to stop a little bit and rest. But above all, now it's time for you also to realize that after 3rd of February, things are going to start changing for you. You need to get rid of that load off your back, because this is also like a karmically becoming really, really heavy. So now it's just entirely down to you and up to you when you're going to realize that this is coming to an end, but also what the next step is going to be after this moment in time. The next step is going to be the actual, it's the time to do with your path, but also at the same time it's going to give you so many ideas, so much to think about. It's going to make you feel alive again. It's going to give you so many thoughts. Your thinking is going to become very deep, throughout the month. So this is like pretty much so about you getting back to yourself and feeling inspired again. I really like it indeed. The next important date, my gorgeous Taurinis, and before I go there, another gorgeous pendant. I absolutely have to share this with you. Look at this, baby. I mean, how beautiful these are, my Lord. And that's the porcelain jasper. It's absolutely fantastic. We've been through so much, so many of us. We have been through so much emotionally. We have been worrying, we have been down, we have been negative. And it's really natural, because like so many things are going on around us, and it's only bringing us down, and we can only be down. We can only be down for the certain amount of time, It is not naturally for us to be constantly down. And it's the certain entities are creating this negative energy and vibration that is affecting us. Our way to respond to this is by doing things that we think are like in our best interest, not like, what I mean? So this is something that's really important. So this, like when we feel low, when we feel negative, when we feel uncertain, when we feel spaced out, this porcelain jasper is a must, because for February, March and April, you're going to need a little bit of emotional protection that is going to bring that much needed relaxation into your life. When we're dealing with the difficult and sensitive issues, this is remarkable for our own stability. This comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. I have to say that, so thank you very much. Okay, so now the next important date, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's going to be on the 19th of February. Now, the 19th of February, you're going to feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, you're going to feel a bit of an overburdened feeling. You're going to feel a little bit of stress. You're going to feel maybe a little bit down and a little bit negative. But you know what? Very soon after that moment in time, in between now the 19th of February and the 21st of February, so within the next couple of days, you will realize that the excessive pressures are these excessive pressures and problems are soon to be resolved, and that in itself, it's going to require effort, your own effort to meet a certain goal. And that pretty much, so it's about you kind of realizing which part of your life do you need to be very creative about, something that you have learned not that long ago. It's going to kind of be mixed with what you are doing right now, and the problem that you're going to stumble upon. This is going to give you so much energy. It's going to re-energize you in itself. But then on another hand, it's all about your sacred gift. Your sacred gift is going to be highlighted. something that you enjoy doing, but at the same time it's going to be inspiring you. It's going to, even if you're unsure what this is, but it's certain thinking, certain way of thinking, it's going to put you in the mode of exploration of the certain aspect of your life, which is going to reveal what this is. So this is going to be very interesting, but then again, you know, it is just going to put you on the path where you're going to be very excited, but then again, you're still going to have a bit of an intellectual challenge to kind of go through, and you will step through with that intellectual challenge, and that in itself is going to bring you like a very kind of powerful insight indeed, because it's going to be connected to the actual information that you might kind of it might be a little bit challenging to receive, but your response to this is just to review things that are given to you very carefully. It's about you reviewing all documents and things like that rather carefully, but at the same time, do not rush into anything and do not do anything that doesn't make sense to you whatsoever, because you are going to be like kind of surrounded with a little bit of like a dark entities that are not quite right, that are not quite there, but your own balance is going to be telling you, so your intuition will prepare you for this moment. So when something is like kind of like sticking out and it doesn't make sense, you're like, bye darling, you see what I mean? So it's important to remember this. The next important day, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's going to be on the 27th of February. This is all about a new plan. This is what I was talking about. This is so important because this is something that you wanted to do for such a long time, and it's also like you haven't felt ready so far, and it's like kind of like a pretty much, it's not really kind of brand new plan, but it's like a brand new plan how you're gonna do what you always wanted to do. There you go, brand new plan how you're gonna do what you always wanted to do, and that's in your near future, but it was affecting with lots of like kind of things that absolutely don't make sense. So this in itself is like really like a new the energy of a brand new plan indeed, because it's going to give you hope, it's going to give you confidence, it's going to make you feel very artistic, and it's also going to give you that vavavoomish power where you allow your intuition to take over, baby. So things that don't make sense, you know, you just avoid, even if you don't know exactly where you're going to go, how you're going to do things. You know, this is the time of the crossroads, but at the same time it's the time of you really taking control over your life. This is going to rejuvenate you, but it's also going to make you realize that it's time to take a methodical approach, and you will achieve something so big, you know, indeed. On another hand, the 27th, in between the 27th and the 28th of February, you are going to have a very important information, news, message, and it's to do with the justice. Justice. You have been waiting for this moment for such a long time, and hallelujah, it's gonna put a big smile on your face, and I really like it because it's just about the proper balance that was missing in your life, and it's also gonna be very rewarding. That in itself, it's gonna make you feel really good. But at the same time, there is a very powerful learning experience that you will have through this, because you will not want to make the same mistake again. So there is going to be like a little spiritual self-advice that you're actually going to have here, in particular when it comes to unsatisfied desire, struggle, when it comes to like a conflict, you know, an obstacle that you have been facing in your life for the last 5 months. This was draining you and dragging you down. So now this is going to start the process of your personal transition, change. You will have enough of nonsense. You will have enough of things that are making you feel so bored. You will just want to have your life back again. And this is so good, because this is going to start and create and begin the whole process of passion, you know, and your passion is your energy is your passion. You know, this is, oh my God, your passion is your energy is your power. This is so important for you to understand. It's all about the actual you realizing that the things don't make sense, and you will want to move away from that, from the certain part of your life. And this is exactly right. It's all about abandoning the certain way of thinking, the certain way of maybe informations that you were getting, the certain like kind of group of people or the certain person that just doesn't make sense anymore. You know, it's all about a sacrifice and readjustment, regeneration, and the process of rebirth that you are going to start. And you're going to find yourself being very brave. And through your own bravery, you will see your own capacity. And your own capacity is going to answer a huge, massive question to you as well. Just remember, huge question, your own capacity, your own bravery, your own power is going to answer a big, massive question to you. Exactly. 8 of Pentacles. Stay committed to the task at hand. Stay committed to yourself. Keep doing what you are doing. Put yourself first. Put yourself first. You can only put yourself first in such a powerful spiritual light when it comes to your own lotus moment, you know, growing through mud and water and coming on top like ooh la la. Only if you trust to yourself. Okay, you will be rewarded. This is going to be rewarded, you know. But, you know, this is important to just remember because you're on something really, really big indeed. So now, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm going to see what is going to briefly happen in the first part of February, mid part of February, and the last part of February. So the first part of February, please don't waste your energy to negative thinking and negative thoughts, because you will be hearing so much negativity around you. Remove yourself from this energy. Please remove yourself from this energy. You don't want to stumble upon this negative energy and then it's just so much negativity around. It's your mind just it's taken away really from you. So this is why you just try to remove yourself from people that are negative or people that are talking about negativity and things like that. It's important, because if you stay there, you're just going to start manifesting it. No, baby, no. Okay, this is important. The mid part of February, your intuition is going to be like a big mama here. So you are going to need to understand that, you know, listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. They're going to be very powerful messages, spiritual messages that you're going to be getting. And also do not unnecessarily worry. Please let go of your fear. There are going to be some very powerful revelations that you're going to have that are going to respond to you at the right time and make so much clear. The last part of February is just like you need to understand that this is going to bring you rewards that are going to come from hard work. So what you're going to be focusing on, what is going to be inspiring you, what you're going to find out complex, I don't know how I'm going to get there, that's all answering your question. This is going to bring you huge reward. What you're going to find yourself at the end of February, it's going to bring you a huge reward. And you're also going to have the power to successfully balance many priorities at once. And just remember, determination and willpower are going to bring you a mind-blowing recognition. Just remember this. Okay, so now, midnight. No, the sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She's smiling alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. My Torini, I love you. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. My Torini, I love you. I'm sorry. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. You know, like, my lord, you are both going to agree about something so special that you're going to remove, you know, yourself from some kind of part of your life that has just been draining your energy. You will want to make an abandonment. You will see exactly which part of your life made you unhappy, which part of your life made you uncertain, which part of your life affected you both emotionally, and that affected your relationship. And thank you, Lord, for this, because this is coming to an end. It was very kind of enhanced and highlighted over the last 4 months in particular, but now you will be able to identify identify what this is. So this is going to be superb, because it's going to lead towards the a romance, you know, positive energy in between two people. It's going to bring harmony, but also at the same time it's that peace and tranquility that you needed, you know, for such a long time now. For those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Torini, behave. No, there is, you see, I see that first of all you're going to be facing quite interesting obstacle here, for those of you that are single. And then when you're facing this certain obstacle, you are gonna be quite disappointed with a certain person, maybe somebody who you fancied, or somebody who you liked, or somebody who you just lost a connection with. Maybe you fancied someone, but at the same time someone is slowly going to come to an end. This is important because you're going through your own spiritual rejuvenation, where you're growing, you're changing, and recently you had quite a few different experiences that are actually going to make you so much wiser. So first of all, it's a quite complex situation. So first of all, you're going to need to realize who do you need to let go. And you are gonna let that person go. And as soon as you do this, it's not gonna be that long, you know. You just have to be honest with yourself. You're going to find yourself on a little adventure. You're gonna feel very enthusiastic, and you're gonna be facing the new part of your life that you really want to try. You know, new part of your life, like maybe going somewhere for the first time. There is the new stage gonna reveal itself, but it's gonna require from you to go there. But it's gonna make you feel so good and so enthusiastic. It will want to make you like explore things and be alive again, you know. And that in itself is going to put you in touch with somebody very, very interesting indeed. And it's not even going to be that long, my gorgeous Torini. But first of all, you need to realize who do you need to let go. And as soon as that happens, this other person is about to walk into your life. It's about to beautifully slide into your life. And I really, really like it. And it's going to happen at around the time when you become aware of like a very important news from somebody quite consistent in your life, who's going to kind of make you aware that the time when you're going to be able to invest in things, I said before, not too good time to invest this month, but the time when you're going to be able to invest in it's going to be evident to you through somebody very consistent in your life. And this is the time when you will know that it's not going to be that long when that person, that very special person, is about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Taurinis. It is not going to be that long. Even if it's not February, March and April are very strongly connected to what is actually going on right now. So important indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Taurinis. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.